Good evening and welcome to the Art and Culture Commission regular meeting for Wednesday, May 17th. I call the meeting to order and I welcome everyone in our audience. Mrs. Weiss, can I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Wirtz?
Present.
Commissioner Gibson?
Present.
Vice Chair Quisenberry?
Present.
Chairperson Sinclair?
Present. Thank you very much. You have in front of you a copy of tonight's agenda. Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
Yes, sir. Staff would like to make one addition, and that is under 5A to add Miss Abigail Ingerson as our guest artist from Coyote Springs Elementary School.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Duly added. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as written and adjusted?
So moved.
Seconded.
I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda as adjusted. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? No opposition? Motion passed. You also have in front of you a copy of the minutes from the April 10th work study meeting as well as the April 17th regular meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, changes?
None.
Nope. If not, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of both meetings?
Motion to approve the minutes from both meetings as presented.
Okay. A motion?
Second motion.
And a second to approve the April 10th, 2019 work study meeting minutes as well as the April 17th, 2019 regular meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? No opposition? Motion pass. Announcements, presentations, commission, public, and staff. Hello, Mrs. Hooper.
Hello, Chairperson Sinclair. So we'll start our evening off with our guest artist, Abigail Ingerson. Abigail, if you want to come up, she's going to say this better than I will. She's just graduating 6th grade and has some awesome stuff that she's been doing with art classes. So I'll let Abigail take over. Thank you, Vice Chair Quisenberry, for making this possible tonight.
Hello, I'm Abigail Ingerson, and I'm going to show you my portfolio for going into middle school. And some of the things that I usually do are, other than school, are I do soccer, I do performing arts, and I do writing, and I also draw and paint. And I enjoy doing those activities very much, and they're a big part of me. And they've definitely prepared me for middle school. And here is some of the work that I've done in 6th grade. This is a travel brochure that I made in one of my classes, which is CIA, which stands for Coyotes in Action. We do that class to connect with the community. And what I did a travel brochure for Côte d'Ivoire in Africa. And what I did, I researched about what it was like in Côte d'Ivoire and all of the natural resources and the climate. And oh,
No, we've got this one.
Yeah,
we've got this one. No worries.
So I spent quite a bit of time doing this research, and then once we were done doing that, we made a map of Côte d'Ivoire on Google Maps. But I don't have that on my portfolio. And then something else I have is my model of an atom. I did aluminum. I did this during my science block. And I did it in Google Drawings, and I've never done anything in Google Drawings, so that was the first time I've ever done it. And the yellow circles represent the protons, the red is neutrons, and the blue is the electrons. And then over here, I have my healthy ice cream project. What it was is me and a partner, we created a healthy ice cream that we would be able to have in our school cafeteria because there are nutritional guidelines that has to be followed. And we researched about ice cream, and then we compared our new ice cream to normal ice cream, and then we presented it in front of our school nutritionist and our teachers to show them. And the school nutritionist decided whether or not it would fit the guidelines. And that was... So in our school, we have the 5 C's, which are collaboration, communication, critical thinking, creativity, and community connections. And in this one, me and my partner, we used a lot of collaboration because we had to collaborate through any problems we had, and we had to work together through any differences that we saw, and just through the whole project, we had to collaborate. Then over here, I have my science project. And what I did, I was seeing which area in the school was the dirtiest. And so what I did, I was looking at the, where are the areas? The cafeteria, the bathroom, the classroom, and the drinking fountain in the hallway to see which one would be the dirtiest. And here is my graph. So what happened was everything was around the same amount, and I think that was because the school was just cleaned, the same amount of bacteria. And except for the drinking fountain, which was a lot higher. What I did was I got a cotton swab, and I swabbed the area and then rubbed it on a Petri dish, and I waited for a few days to see, and I rated it on a scale from 0 to 5 on how much bacteria grew. And this is my argumentative essay. And what we did, we were seeing which area in the school was the dirt. No, that was my science. This I was saying why lunch and recess should be extended. And in this, I used collaboration because I was using communication because I was communicating what I thought should happen with lunch and recess, and I thought that it should be extended because it builds skills that are needed for the future, and it also will make the students more ready to learn. And then I also have this story that I also did in ELA, and this was my representation of a Greek myth about Icarus. And what we did, we read the people's stories that were about the story of Icarus, and then we wrote it in our own perspective. And in here, I used my creativity to make my own story about Icarus. And I had a lot of fun during that because I love to write. It's one of my favorite things to do during school. And then at this very end, I have all of my grades for school. This is all of my math tests. So everything I've had has been proficient or higher. And so this is like the test that we took, each different color, and then what I got on it, everything went from a 1 to a 4, and everything I got was 3 or higher. And then I have my Galileo scores, which is the testing, like the computer testing that we take at the beginning of the school year, the middle of the school year, and the end of the school year. And in ELA, I started at an 88, and then I went to a 90%. And then in math, I started at a 62, and then I went up to a 93%. And then in this is SRIs, and this is what this is how the reading, like what area we will read in. So these black lines, that's where most of 6th grade, that's where they want the students to be in. And through all of the year, I stayed pretty much the same with like a few changes. But then the end of the year, I went up quite a bit. And this is just a representation of all the stuff that I've done that shows how hard I've worked and how I'm ready for middle school. And that's all.
Thank you. So
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 12.
Do you know what a stowaway is? Do you ever heard that word, stowaway?
Yeah.
What is a stowaway?
Like something that was taken when it wasn't supposed to be.
Okay, somebody that hides in a place so that they can go somewhere that they want to go,
Yeah.
and they're not necessarily supposed to be there. Can I stow away in your hat? Because I think you're going places, and I want to go with you. You're incredible, incredible. Keep it up, okay?
Thank you.
now my question is, do you have a hard time finding books inside your reading level?
Yes, I do. Especially because I'm still at elementary school, and a lot of the books, they are way too low for my Lexile.
And you can't test on them because they're so
Yeah.
far below.
And also, the books that are in my Lexile, they aren't very interesting to me, and that can be annoying sometimes, but I find books that I can read with help from like my teachers. They help me find books, and a lot of them are good books.
Yeah, teacher recommendation is always a good one to start with.
Yeah.
My daughter and I struggled with books as well because I would hand her books and to her they look really boring, but she's got a high Lexile like you, and I'm like, you gotta give it a shot, bud.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited that you get to move up into that middle school library and open this whole new door for that. That's really neat. Anybody else?
I'm totally impressed. I'm impressed with your computer skills. I didn't get to work on a computer until well after college. In high school, I had a typing class, and it was a big, massive typing machine, and my calculator actually had more than 90 keys on it. So we're talking about a major transition here. You're moving into 6th grade. Seventh grade.
Yeah,
I'm
7th
sorry.
grade.
I'm sorry. You don't want to repeat. Trust me. I did 5th grade twice. I like the teacher. That's my excuse. But what do you want to do as far as a career? Have you thought about that?
What I would like to do, I would like to be a veterinarian because I've always had a love for animals, and I want to help them.
Okay, really cool. Thank you very much.
So would you consider yourself largely self-taught with your graphic computer skills?
I think
Dad
so.
nods yes. This didn't come from me.
Or were there classes that you were able to take?
So in my computer skills. So 2 years ago, there was a computer class, but mostly what we did in there was we learned how to type. And some of this, most of it I did learn from teachers, like they showed me how to do stuff, but a lot of it I had to find out by myself by trying, just messing around with the computer and figuring out how to do it. And at home, something that also has helped me with my computer skills, I'm starting to make animations at my home, and I got a drawing tablet for Christmas, and I've connected it to my dad's laptop, and I've had to find different softwares, and I've had to try and figure out how they work and if they will work at all, which has been a problem. And that has definitely made me more familiar with using computers. And it's also a lot of fun to do after I went through the stress of trying to find a way to do it. It's been a lot of fun doing that.
So I would like to encourage you to consider when you're in high school to maybe reach out to local veterinarians because there's the potential for doing an internship. And I suspect that the skill sets that you have now and then develop between now and then will be applicable, be very helpful for them, but then it would give you firsthand exposure to what's involved in an actual veterinarian's office.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks
very
for coming
much.
out and sharing.
By the way, you have good presentation skills
Yeah.
also. Very good presentation skills.
Holy cow, I don't think I can follow that, you guys. Can we just adjourn? Thank you so much, Abigail. You're awesome. Way to kick butt. 7th grade is just skip it. Go right to 8th.
Which
Maybe
middle school
9th.
are you going to?
I'm going to Glassford Hill Middle School.
Just the school, not the academy? Not the I Choose Academy in the middle?
I am going to the I Choose Academy.
That's exciting. I will see you there next year.
Awesome.
Choose Academy,
Congratulations.
so
Great work. Awesome work. Wow. And Andy, STEM. That is STEM in action if I've ever seen it.
Yes. Oh, definitely so.
Very, very cool.
Students teaching students.
Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. It was so cool to find out about that. I think I've never learned that much about the schools and what they do, and wow. Thank you so much. All right, I guess we'll move on. All right, so programs, classes, special events, if you're ready, Chairperson.
Yes, please.
Wonderful. On Thursday, May 23rd, the Parks and Recreation Department is hosting a day trip to the Red Rocks. You can explore some of Sedona's best sites in the comfort of a Jeep. After the tour, they'll grab lunch at Oak Creek Brewery. It's $75 per person, and there are only 5 spots left, and that was as of this morning, so we may have gotten a few people since then as well. So if you're interested in that trip, you can visit www.pvaz.net to find out more about that trip, or you can call us at our office, 928-759-3090, and we'll help you get signed up or answer any questions that you may have. We also have a hike next week. On Tuesday, May 21st, you can join Tom Blank. He is a local survivalist and volunteer for Game and Fish who knows his stuff. He's going to be exploring the Wood Chute Trail on Mingus Mountain. And it's a great opportunity, if you haven't been up there, to kind of learn about the area, some of the wildlife, flora, fauna, all of that great stuff. From someone who has an abundance of experience, and you can learn a lot from Tom and enjoy a nice hike, fresh air. We do have some limitations with this trip, so make sure that you're up for a hike. So if you prefer something a little bit more sedentary, this probably isn't the trip for you, but if you like a nice hike, this is a great route to go. I've hiked it myself. It's not too difficult. I made it back, so if I can do it, you can probably do it. Commissioner Wirtz?
What's the distance?
I believe they're going to do a 6-mile trip for this one, and that will be on the registration, www.pvaz.net, or you can call us to confirm that at 928-759-3090. But I do believe that was a six-mile trip for that adventure.
Also, while you're on that hiking trip on Mingus Mountain, look out for hang gliders. It's one of the best hang gliding locations in the country.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. And Woodshoot Trail is just gorgeous. You get views of Sedona, you get views of Prescott Valley. It's a wonderful, wonderful trip. So if you're new to the area and looking to explore, or if you've been here for a while and just haven't had the chance to check out Woodshoot Trail, join us. And we'll have more hiking trips available in the coming months as well. So keep an eye out for those. Mountain Valley Splash is opening soon. Pool season starts on May 25th. That's a Saturday. Open swim will be from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. daily, or you can learn how to swim with swim lessons. Sign-ups begin on Saturday, May 18th, and more information is available at www.pvaz.net, or you can call us at 928-759-3090. We currently have plenty of lifeguards going through training, so they're ready to help folks throughout the summer, and the pool is looking gorgeous.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
7 days. Okay. That's exciting.
Pretty cool. Yeah. If swimming isn't your thing, come out and join us for a concert. On Saturday, May 25th, so the same day the pool opens, so you can go and swim and then come to the Civic Center and enjoy a concert from the Mingus Mountain Bobtet. They've got swinging, soulful, hip-shaking jazz. These guys are super cool cats. Join them from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Theater on the Green. That's at our Civic Center campus. You may have seen the stage before, 7501 East Skoog Boulevard, and that used to be Civic Center Road. Civic Circle, sorry. I don't even remember anymore because Skoog Boulevard is so much better of a name. So if you are looking for us on Civic Circle, remember we've changed that name to Skoog Boulevard. This is a free concert. We'll have a food truck on site. It's an outdoor concert. So if you have lawn chairs or picnic blankets that you want to bring so you can comfortably enjoy the show, I definitely recommend that. Make sure you leave Fido at home, as well as any alcohol. This is an alcohol-free event. So if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 928-759-3090, or you can email us at parks@pvaz.net. Any questions about that event?
I'm really looking forward to it myself.
Excellent. Yeah, they're awesome. And you can check these guys out. They have a Facebook page. They're all over the internet. So if you want to preview them before you come to the concert, you can definitely do that. They're super cool guys. And that's the end of my announcements.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much, Mrs.
Thank you.
Super. Mr. Woody.
How do you follow that energy? I don't know, so I'll try my best here.
It's okay. It's cascading.
Well, I'm going to make life pretty simple here. We have a March and April report in your packet this evening. So I'm going to flip the tables. I really have nothing further than to add beyond just I supported my boss, Hope, in regards to all of her different events and activities that she has listed there. Been a lot of fun. We've got a couple of items that we'll discuss here later in the meeting on Gold Fever Days, which was a lot of time spent in regards to preparation and design. Much other than that, a lot of the commission work, whether it be in committee work, study, or regular meeting activities. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you all might have.
Questions?
No questions from me.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Very much. Chairman's report. To follow up with the Gold Fever Days, I thought it was a great event. I thank the commission, and I also thank the Park and Rec Commission. It was a great event. In addition, I thank the law enforcement agencies in the area for putting on Cops and Bobbers. As I had mentioned in previous meetings with Gold Fever Days, there is gold over at Fane Lake, and that was proven by people paying for gold. In addition, it was great fishing. No exaggeration, but I would imagine that there was about a 15-pound catfish that was caught. It was a massive catfish, so that was great. Hope Hooper had mentioned various events taking place, the Red Rock day trip, the hiking on Mingus Mountain, and other events. If you want to know about more events taking place in the area, you could go online to the town of Prescott Valley, and you could register under e-news to get information about various events and have this information sent to your computers as they are about to take place. So do get involved. Thank you. Moving on, old business. Gold Fever Days. That gold just keeps on rolling.
I know. As Angie said, it was a great day. I don't think we could have asked for better weather. It was gorgeous. We have a lot of thank yous to give out. So we had Charlotte Hall had volunteers. They were awesome. They were there all day in their period garb they were cooking, they were interacting with guests. It was so wonderful. So huge thank you to Charlotte Hall for letting us borrow their living history folks. And those people are all volunteers. So they all volunteered their time. We had 9 folks out from there. So it was a huge showing from them. We really appreciate it. They were excellent. Big thank you to our police, fire, game and fish. They put so much time and effort into this. We really appreciate it. And they made the fishing clinic just wonderful. And that's a free fishing opportunity for folks. So as Andy was saying, there was a young lady, I don't know, she couldn't have been more than 6. I'm pretty sure the fish was longer than she was tall. It was huge. There was another young lady whose fish was so big, it snapped her fishing pole. So that was pretty fun. We had lots of prizes and giveaways. We had Woody Wampler, who is a somewhat famous prospector. You may have seen him on TV. His group, the Phoenix Prospectors Group, came up and they were helping people all day, giving out prizes, doing contests, raffles. So huge thank you to them. They really made an impact on the day. They were super fun, great folks. We had all kinds of volunteers. Thank you to you guys for being there and volunteering. You made a huge difference. Humboldt School District volunteered a couple buses for the day for our shuttles, and that's super awesome. We can't thank them enough. It made the event possible. So without them, we wouldn't have had any parking, and people would have just been upset all day. So huge thank you to Humboldt School District for all of their help. The transportation folks were just wonderful. We went to them hoping to pay them, and they offered it for free. So we cannot thank them enough. Again, just a beautiful day. We had Historical Society was kind enough to do a speech and be present to talk about the history of our area, and we had just a great presence from everyone. So thank you all for that. We had well over 1,000 attendees for the event. We can just grow for next year. We have lots of things to look forward to for the next event. So if you were an attendee at the event and you have some feedback for us, we'd love to hear it.
Or photos.
Or
I would
photos,
love if we
yeah,
had some
yeah.
photos sent over.
You can see some photos here in front of you.
Yes.
Fishing, gold panning, some of our vendors and just folks that were out there. And, staff gets busy. Sometimes we don't take the best pictures. So if you have some awesome pictures from the event, get a hold of us. It was a fun day. So I'm sure there's a bunch of nice photos out there. All right. Our next big event is Movies Under the Stars. Yay! Free events brought to you by the Arts and Culture Commission, thank you so much for making the movies possible. And these take place at our Civic Center Amphitheater, aka Theater on the Green. We're starting on May 24th with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Our sponsor for that night will be 89A Dental. So they'll have some free popcorn out for folks if you go and visit their tent. We'll also have concessionaires on site from Mingus Mountain Academy. Make sure you stop and see the ladies, buy some soda, candy, whatever you might need to enjoy the movie. And our movies start at 7:45 p.m. each night. Keep that in mind when you're scheduling your Friday evening plans. If it's not dark at 7:45, we will push it off a few minutes. So we appreciate folks' patience as we get into the later dates when our days are a little bit longer. On May 31st, we're doing another drive-in movie at the Event Center parking lot. We'll be showing Shrek this year. We have several sponsors for that event. 89A Dental Care, Chick-fil-A, and Ace Hardware are sponsoring that event, so they'll be on site. Make sure you stop by and visit them. On June 7th, we'll be back at the Civic Center for The Greatest Showman. This is another one sponsored by 89A Dental Care. They will have popcorn again. I'm pretty sure they serve the popcorn, so you have to go see them after the movies. They're smart folks. June 14th, we have The Princess Bride, brought to you by Sun Valley Diesel and Sun Valley Tire. You can visit them on Route 69 if you want to give them a thank you for being at our being one of our sponsors for the movies. They'll be showing The Princess Bride. On June 21st, our sponsor will be Chick-fil-A for Ralph Breaks the Internet. I've heard it's a really good movie. So
It is. It is a really good movie.
I've heard it's just a little bit of a heart wrencher, though.
Yeah, the best ones are.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Very true. Very true. And then on June 28th, we have Hook, sponsored by our Mountain Lions at Mingus Mountain Academy. So thank you, Commissioner Gibson, for helping to organize the Mountain Lions on our behalf. The Mingus Mountain ladies will be at every event selling concessions. Make sure you stop by and see them. They're so cool. Nice ladies. They've got great candy, soda, popcorn, all kinds of good stuff. So make sure you stop by and see them.
Please do. They need the money.
Yeah. It goes to a good cause. So make sure you stop by and see them. And a huge thank you to our title sponsor once again this year, Arizona's Hometown Radio Group. You can see their logo on the screen there. They've got, 700 channels now.
9.
Growing and growing. So they are super cool folks. We really appreciate them sponsoring this event again. Just a wonderful, wonderful event. If you have questions about Movies Under the Stars, our schedule, anything, if you'd like accommodations for hearing impairment or anything like that, you can get a hold of us at 928-759-3090, or you can check out our website at www.pvaz.net. All right, Art at the Center. Last meeting, you all accepted 2 new sculptures for loan for Art at the Center. You can see that those pieces have been installed. I have a couple photographs up on, my left. Is it your left as well? Okay, we're good. On the left is Gary Slater's new piece, Totem number 1. And you may recognize a similar style. We have a couple of Gary's pieces in our permanent collection, Sky Disc 1 and 2. So we're very happy to have this new piece on loan. It's a beautiful complement to the Sky Discs that are already on site, and it's located behind the library. And it's a gorgeous piece. Make sure you stop out and see that. We also have a new piece from Jean Galazan. And if you'll remember, Jean was the artist who donated our horse sculptures that are now along the Summit Trail. So Jean also applied for Art at the Center and was accepted. His piece on the right is called Blue as the Sky. It's located behind the stage, adjacent to the first floor patio at the Civic Center. So make sure you stop by and see that piece. Both gorgeous works, great artists, and we're so thankful to have their pieces. We'll be having a reception to recognize them in June. And that reception will be on June 8th, as was discussed at our work study meeting last week. And we'll be holding it in the court on the first floor of the Civic Center from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a great chance to meet the artists, to see the artwork. You can walk out and see the artwork in person, or we'll have presentations by the artists as well. And then you'll also get to learn a little bit more about our other sculptures on loan, as well as our permanent collection. So it's a great opportunity. And with that, I will hand over the microphone to Director Whitty.
As a matter of old business before the commission this evening, action item is requested on the two following items. The first is your meeting calendar for fiscal year 2019-2020. It is listed in your packet. You would have two of these items. One will be for your work studies, as also for your regular meetings. Your second Wednesday of each month has been scheduled for the Civic Center in room 428. Typically during our calendar year, we have a minimum number of meetings that are to be held. That is 9. And you have typically chosen in past years to not meet in July, take more or less a summer recess. Then also in December, because of events and activities that you have scheduled, a little winter break, as well as then also continuation of that summer recess in the month of June, also based upon some events and activities that we have scheduled. So your work study sessions would take place on the second Wednesday of each month, starting at 5:30, again, Civic Center Conference Room 428. Your regular business meetings would be handled on the third Wednesday of each month, starting at 5:30, right here in the confines of the Prescott Valley Library or Auditorium. So, before you is each one of those schedules. If you would like to discuss that beyond what elements we have during work study sessions, staff is seeking your action tonight with a motion for acceptance and approval.
I can accept all current dates listed. Any issues?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Oppose? No. Motion pass.
Excellent. We will have those posted to the town website, and we will begin then that reconvening action starting in August of 2020. I know it sounds weird, or 2019, I'm sorry.
There we go.
2020. 2019, that's the part that
That's a
sounded
break.
weird. Yeah, so that's a huge break, isn't it? We ended before we began, so. Super. Your next item, E, is the election of officers. Again, action requested. I would like to remind Commission that Commissioner Sinclair, Chair Sinclair, is going to be ineligible to serve in that capacity again, as he has served in a maximum term of 2 years as chair. Thank you very much for your service, sir.
Dictator.
So we were looking for a new chair, then also vice chair, as well as secretary. So all three of those positions are open and eligible. I know that you've all had some varying discussion over the course of the last few meetings in regards to possibilities for officers. And so with that being said, the floor is open for nominations. And if you would like to start at the chair and work your way down, I will leave that discretion up to you, sir. But we would be looking for motions for that candidacy slate. So that beginning in August of 2019, the new chair can take that position, as well as then get the house in order.
I nominate Commissioner Quisenberry for chairperson.
Second?
Bold.
That was quick. All right, so a first and second. First by Commissioner Gibson, second by Commissioner Sinclair.
Have a vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposition? None? Congratulations.
Thanks, Andy. New dictator.
Now, the sad part is you did not get even the chance to decline that nomination.
That was
so.
intentional.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right.
I was thinking about Nancy.
Nancy is a great secretary. Oh,
But she.
are you also a great secretary?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, the floor is open for nominations for vice chair.
Did I decline?
Would you decline?
This is like a presidential convention.
It's a lot of responsibility. It is. You have to be there and available if I just up and leave.
But see, the vantage part is then
Haven't
you
missed
just
one
show
yet.
up and you have to do nothing because she will be at every meeting.
The meeting immediately following the one where I took vice chair, I was in charge of that meeting.
Yes,
Do you
you
remember
were.
that? That was
Yes.
I remember.
Good job.
terrifying.
Very good job.
You did a nice job. That's why I nominated you for chairperson. I've already been chairperson, vice chairperson.
Yeah.
I nominate Nancy for vice chair. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
I would nominate Nancy for vice chair.
Oh, okay.
Second?
Not
I
here.
have a first.
Second?
What?
So a second for Mrs. Smith? Is that what you're seeking?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a nomination for Nancy Smith as vice chair. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear a
Didn't
second,
pick up
sorry.
on the second.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Okay. So a first by Commissioner Quisenberry, second by Chairperson Sinclair.
Yes.
My apologies.
all in favor? Say aye.
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 Okay.
Opposition? None? So move.
Poor Nancy.
Now, for secretary. The floor is open for nominations for secretary of the Art and Culture Commission.
Brian,
Would
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
do you have a couple specific secretarial duties that Andy could verify his ability to do?
Oh, he's got the skill and talent. Yes.
But it's just correspondence, right? And Hope helps with that as well?
Yes, staff in whatever capacity would be able to assist based upon the related project. So Hope generally says no, and then she says, Brian, that task will be assigned to you. And then I say, Kathy, I need help. And she goes, I got to bail you out again?
Again?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So from dictator, chairman rather, to secretary.
Sounds like a real good transition.
I nominate Andy Sinclair for his
This be sort
position
of
as
like a
secretary.
secretary of state or prime minister?
Whatever we need to fill in the badge with, we're happy to.
We're still working on that coup, Andy.
Somebody want to second? Frankie seconded.
We do have a second. Excellent. So we have a first by Commissioner Wirtz, a second by Commissioner Gibson for Mr. Sinclair to serve as secretary.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I even voted for that.
You are so welcome. So.
Motion pass. So move.
All right. We have a great slate going into 2019, 2020. So congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Who knew we could have that much fun?
Me.
If nobody shows up for the next meeting, that means Nancy got us.
Well, you know what? We can. You want to go ahead and put a meeting in for June?
Nancy,
No, I think we should move on. Thank you very much, Mr. Whitty.
No problem, sir.
Moving on, item number 8, new business, Art at the Center, permanent collection. Mr. Woody, please.
Yes, sir. So a matter of discussion at our last 2 work studies has been the items related to the Art at the Center program and the possibilities of adding to the town's permanent collection. The 2 pieces recommended by the committee were discussed at length. It was also encouraged for us prior to the meeting, actually leaving that meeting, but at least prior to this meeting to gather, to be able to look at the 2 pieces that were nominated for consideration in making recommendation for purchase. So with that, I am looking for direction from the committee, or excuse me, from the commission, to direct staff to engage in negotiations with those artists, as well as then, if negotiations are successful, we work within the parameters of the fiscal allocations that offers be made and then recommended for purchase. So with that being said, we are looking for action and direction based upon those discussions so that negotiations can begin if the commission has that intention.
I have a question regarding torque.
Yes, sir.
It is beginning to weather along some of the seams, and I would request that part of your discussions with the artists would be to have them address that, and Chairman, if it can be stabilized so it doesn't potentially weather faster than it might normally.
But you're fighting the Arizona sun, so you can only do so much, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it, and I'm well understood, yes. For some artistic and elements, i.e. this building, rust is a good thing. For other pieces, it is not, so yes. Happily engage that and see if there is some activity inhibitors, those types of things.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
So do we need a motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In regards to then giving me that direction, and then I will then...
To begin negotiations.
That is correct.
So once the negotiations are complete, do you come back with, okay, this is the final price we were able to negotiate, or do you just...
As long as I am staying within your financial thresholds,
Not exceeding the
that's the ultimate goal.
Right, okay.
However, those widgets get passed along.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I get a motion to meet with the artist, Gary Slater, for Totem number 1, and with Jean Galazan for Blue in the Sky?
No, sir.
Blue as the Sky.
No.
Those ones are
It would be Mr. Andrus and Torque.
Okay. I apologize.
No problem.
Okay. For Totem number 1 and for Torque.
Yes,
My
sir.
apologies.
No problem.
Can I get a motion,
whatsoever.
please?
Motion to approve, send in Brian Woody to begin next steps.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to have Mr. Woody address the Torque and Totem number 1 with the artist to negotiate a price for purchase. Can I get a second? Wait, I do have a second.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposition? Motion pass.
Super duper. Thank you much. I will begin that process. And for reporting back, Commissioner Wirtz, if we are successful, we would make that in addition to the Art at the Center reception program.
Cool.
Okay?
You have more? Thank you very much. Item 9, unscheduled public appearances. Seeing none, moving on. Our next meeting of the work study would be actually today.
No.
It's going to be today following the regular commission meeting. We will have a presentation for the Department Master Plan. I'll get it out. The next meeting of the work study The next meeting of the work study will be Wednesday, August 14th. No June, no July meetings. At 5:30 in conference room 428. And the next meeting, the regular meeting of the Art and Culture Commission, will be Wednesday, August 21st, 5:30 here in the auditorium. With that, are there any additional issues? Could I get an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn regular meeting for May.
I have a motion to adjourn the regular meeting. Can I get a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pass. No opposition. Thank you very much, Commissioners.